opinions on the topic. Sorry, Madeline Stuart. I'm sorry for any background noise you hear. Um, the information below came from the article Madeline Stuart, the Australian model making the catwalk her own, from the WHO website. Homegrown star Madeline Stuart is an inspiring individual, shooting to fame with a healthy eating journey that caught the world's attention in 2015, the results of which she lost 25 kilograms, which is 55 pounds. She chased down her dream of becoming the first professional supermodel with Down syndrome and autism. At the time this article was written in March of 2023, the 26-year-old is now globally known and has 350,000 social media followers. Note, she is currently 28 years old in 2024. My favorite thing about modeling is meeting people, she explains to WHO. I'm proud to represent my community and I love wearing beautiful clothes. However, Madeline adds that there are drawbacks in her career. My least favorite part is the long flights and having my hair done sometimes if people are not gentle. Madeline has walked in more than 100 fashion shows around the world, including New York, London, Paris Fashion Week, and Paris Fashion Week. She's also worked at the Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week in China. I think it's Astrakhan Fashion Week in Russia, and modeled on runway Dubai. A documentary celebrating her success, Maddie the Model, was released at film festivals around the world in 2020. One of Madeline's biggest fans is her mother. Her name is Roseanne, who worked tirelessly in support of her daughter's career and describes their relationship as having morphed into a friendship nowadays. Madeline is my best friend. We work together like two peas in a pod. It's just easy, Roseanne shares. Our days are filled with love and laughter. We encourage each other all the time. I'm extremely blessed to have a beautiful daughter. Well, hello. Roseanne supports her daughter to follow her dream. Back in 2014, they attended a fashion parade in Brisbane, and Madeline said to her mother, "Mom, I want to model." To help Madeline realize her dream, they embarked on a health transformation journey together, posting before and after shots on social media, which went viral. Those pictures gained over. I'm reading from my laptop based on this article that I read about this live stream I'm doing. And at the time this article was written in March 2023, the year marked the 18th anniversary of World Down Syndrome Day on March 21st. No, I'm not a model. At the time of this article, which was written in March of 2023, the Down Syndrome International Network focused on this year on the right to legal capacity, which means that the law recognizes all as a person with the rights. Something many people with Down syndrome are denied. According to the United Nations Conference of the Rights of Persons with Disabilities, or the UNCRPD, people with living with disabilities are entitled to support they may require in exercising their legal capacity on an equal basis with others um, in aspects of life. Legal capacity also means that the law recognizes a person as someone who is allowed to make their own decisions about their life, including health care and where they live. Madeline does not take her role as an advocate for inclusivity and diversity lightly, nor the visibility that also comes with her modeling career. She says, "I feel so lucky to have this opportunity. It is such an exciting thing to be able to work with lots of people and change people's opinion about disabilities." A typical working day for Madeline spans from 8 to about 12 hours, to sometimes 12 hours. She handles that aspect of the job with professionalism and passion, says her mom, Roseanne. "I am so proud. She has worked so hard to achieve everything she has done, and she has an amazing work ethic too." Roseanne adds, "When Madeline was younger, doctors told her that her life would be difficult. All we heard was about the obstacles she faced. Now the proud mom attributes Madeline's success to her passion for her work and the fact that she has never forgotten her friends, and her kindness for everyone around her is just beautiful. I think that's why she has been so successful and why she is a great role model." As well as her flourishing career, Madeline and Roseanne have founded dance school Inside Out Dance, a space for people with disabilities to encourage freedom of expression together. Madeline says that she regularly attends to keep active and emotionally stable. When Madeline isn't walking the runway, she still spends time working out, but when she does have some downtime, she likes to hang out with friends and relax on holidays. While modeling is clearly something she loves doing, she's also brimming with ambition when it comes to the next stage of her career. "I would like to go to the Met Gala ball and also like to work with Chanel," she says. And those bucket list dreams may soon become a reality, as Madeline has recently signed an international modeling agency, or IMG. We are very excited to have Madeline sign with IMG Talent in Australia. "Maddie is a pioneer in the fashion space," a spokesperson said from IMG Australia. Maddie's continued advocacy has helped open doors for people differently abled, and I don't like that phrase because I feel like it should just be people with disabilities, or the preferred term that each person with disability has, but that's what they said in the article. To be featured not only on runway but in major brand campaigns globally. IGM is committed to championing and diverse talent profile, and we look forward to working with Maddie to continue her amazing work in the space. While she may have some big dreams, Maddie also keeps it simple when asking what makes her happiest. "My friends dance and modeling, she says, happiest when, sorry, I'm at my happiest then for sure. Um, for everyone that doesn't know, that's new to the channel, I am autistic, dyslexic, and ADHD. So you'll hear my pronunciation problems, which is from my anxiety plus being dyslexic. So if you don't like it, I'm sorry, but that's just how it's gonna go. Do you guys have any questions before I say what the plan video is gonna, what topic the plan video today is on, and what next week and further content is gonna be? And also, if you haven't voted for what you want the topic for, my live stream for reaching reaching 1,100 subscribers, please vote. And also today I'm going to be putting up the schedule for what all the content for January. All the content for January for the live streams, the planned videos, both the scripted and fun live streams, and also also on January, since January is my birthday month, I do a birthday stream which is going to be on my birthday, which is January 17th. So that will be under there too. And also I'm going to put up, also besides putting up the schedule for January's content, I'm also going to making a new poll for you to decide what day and time you want the 1,100 the live stream for reaching 1,100 subscribers to be. So you guys get to decide what day and time you want to be. Okay, so for today's planned video is going to be on the topic of Turner syndrome, and it will be released at 6 p.m. Eastern. Also, for people that didn't know, I have a Patreon, so the way that works is people that are Patreons or patrons, whatever, supporters, they get to see the planned content, the planned videos 3 days before everyone else gets to see them on my YouTube, just to let you know if you didn't know that. My next, which is actually my next unscripted live stream, which will be on Monday, December 30th at 6 p.m. Eastern, and that will be the last live stream for the year, which is crazy, but it's true. And then my next scripted live stream will be on Saturday, January 4th at noon Eastern, and that will be on the topic of to tell or not to tell, disclosing a disability in the workplace. Did you guys have any questions? I just want to make sure I open it up before I end the live stream. Yeah, I think it's awesome that she's a model because she shows that people like me, and because I'm like her, I may not have Down syndrome, but I am autistic, just like she is. It shows that people that are different can be in those areas. So yeah, no worries. It's actually for me, it's afternoon. It's only a little bit after 12 here. I think everyone should be able to be given an opportunity to express themselves in the way they want to. That's what I believe. I don't think that because she has any kind of disability, she shouldn't be able to do things. I think, to me, people that try to stop people that are different or have any kind of disability, I don't feel like they mean well to people, and those people I don't want to engage with. I don't want to engage with anyone that tries to discriminate against any person with a disability, because to me it's like you're discriminating against me, and I don't like that. I think that's really wrong. And even if anyone came on the channel and tried to do that on the channel, they'd be getting blocked, because this channel is for being inclusive, for people that want to learn about disabilities, and people that actually are in the disability community to have safe spaces. I think it's fair. Well, I don't know. She could be. I know. I agree with you about the exploitation, but if she wants to do that, and she, at least one thing I'll say is, because like people that are in the industry or any kind of area that is very I guess very strict in the rules. I think it's important to have people that protect them around them. So for her, since she has her mom, I think she'll be okay. But if maybe she didn't, I would probably be a little bit worried because I feel like people would try to exploit her just because they know that she's vulnerable, which is very disgusting. But that was a good question. Um, I understand what you mean by that part, though. Any other questions? A good question. And of course, I know not every question is posed based on offensiveness or not, but thank you for clarifying that with your statement there. No sage. Sorry again for the background noise, but I can hear that, so I don't know how well that's coming through on the phone. Hmm. Oh, hello. Have any questions? Um, I thought honestly, I forgot how I found her, and when I read it, I don't remember how I found her, but I think because I research sometimes like who I want, like different people with disabilities, because I wanted to cover cover different people. Yeah, I completely understand that's the point. I wanted to cover different people in the disability community. I literally made a playlist that I started a playlist where I it's called shining a light on light for people with disabilities sorry in the disability community, and I was like, let me spotlight different people that are in different parts of different fields that also have disabilities. Like for example, you could be an artist, lawyer, different fields, and I'm like, let me spotlight each different people because I've done actors, musicians. I did Ray Charles. I did Stevie Wonder. I've done some actors. This actor from this show I watched. Actually, no, a few shows I watched. Um, and so yeah, that's one of the playlists. I have many different ones. I think I have like maybe 12 at least playlists. You said considering all people whose parents are involved. Yeah. Well, I'm saying people that care about their children, not people that want to exploit them. That's what I mean. You said you don't feel that certain job, sorry, you get certain jobs because of your disability, or no, I don't think it's from your insecurity, but for me, I know, personally, I know based on the topic I'm doing for next week's stream, I disclose my disability. I know people say you shouldn't, but I do because I've done it because I know that I would like the person, whoever is gonna hire me, to know what they're getting, so they don't be like, oh, we're blindsided by like by what the what happened. Sorry, we're blindsided because we didn't know any of this about you. So I do that because of that reason. You said you think too many jobs are given out based on how well you fit into the workplace culture. I don't know. For me, I've never felt like I felt fit into a workplace culture, but I'm also neurodivergent, so that's probably why I've never felt like I felt fit in. Let's be honest, I never really felt like I fit into society, if I'm being honest. Because there's like this world was in, like I said, I feel like this world was disability. People with disabilities were um, the things that were put in place for people with disabilities was an afterthought. They didn't think about it, and then they have to go back and fix it. And like I've seen it a lot of times, seen enough where like they've had to go back and fix things that shouldn't have already been put in place. But that's just a personal thought. I obviously, of course, I'm biased because I'm part of the community, but yeah. And of course, I know with disclosing your disability, you can, of course, have people discriminated against you, but I don't do it for that reason. I do it for because I don't feel like, I don't know, this is just a personal thing. I'm not saying you have to disclose your disability when you're going to an interview or getting the job, but I just personally do it for my personal preference. Because I like people knowing everything knowing about, like even the interview I had on the second, I told them, um, you said you think it's pretty legitimate to make employers fear I think it's pretty legitimate to make employers fear running against the ADA violations. It's hard enough for people to find work in indigenous leverage. You can't speak on. Oh, well, some people. I understand why some people don't disclose because certain like maybe they don't feel comfortable or they just don't want to, which is understandable. That's their choice. For me, I I disclose it, but I understand why certain people don't. Like you do have discrimination. People will say that won't hire you for a particular reason, even though it could be your disability. I do feel like some of the jobs that I didn't get was because I disclosed my disability, but I don't know for a fact, which is discrimination right there. Even though the ADA is supposed to cover it, it doesn't always work because someone can lie and say they didn't hire someone based on some other reason, which is not legit. And that's one thing I read in the article that I'm going to be using. I'm sorry, that I used for research that I'm going to be presenting for next week's topic is they told people that they about disability and they wouldn't accommodate for them on the interview or the job the job they didn't get because of the interview. They were like they won't like you can't like there was no accommodations met, which I think is really crap, but okay. um like for most people they always say, well, at least a lot of people say, for um me being autistic and having my other disabilities, which is dyslexic and um ADHD, which I didn't know about the ADHD until later. Blah. I always suspected being autistic, and I knew I was dyslexic, but the thing is because my disabilities are invisible. It's not hard to spot, and people always say, "What disability? Like what? Like because you can't physically see it," which is very annoying, by the way. Um, is very. I just feel like a lot of honestly, it's probably why some people don't talk about it. But you can see it in my mannerisms at times. If you're around me, you encounter it. It's kind of obvious, even though some people want to act like it's not. But that's just a personal thought. So you said rarely you didn't get asked about your obvious disability and you were construction. Um, yeah, you said you imagine it's harder for people with autism. Some people don't like that when people say with autism. I like autistic. Not everyone's like me. Some people find it offensive being called that. Some people just, it depends on preference. For me, I like being called autistic, but that's just the wording. I don't, so you said tell when they're discriminated against. For me, I can tell when I'm being discriminated against. Like where at work, when at my past job, I stopped talking, because I felt my emotions, when speaking, my emotions were being manipulated, so I just shut up. And that's one of the things, for me, when I feel that I'm being backed into a corner, I will stop speaking, which is called selective mutism, in which I will not speak because I don't feel safe. And when you don't feel safe, at least particularly I know for masking, which I'm doing when I'm really trying to fit in, but also when I don't feel emotionally safe or I was gonna say if I don't feel comfortable, I will just either be quiet. Um, I will. It's part of being autistic. I know that I. Yeah, you're right. Well, like I said, it depends on the person. For me, I like using terms particularly for myself, even though people would say you don't need to use labels, but it defines who I am. So like all my disabilities define who I am. I can't really separate myself from them. Okay, so you said honesty is important. Just because a company or boss discriminates doesn't mean that you have to lower your standards and be all dishonest. I try my best never to be dishonest because I don't see the purpose of that personally. Because like eventually you're going to be found out. Let's just be honest. If you can't do a job or if you say something and then you don't back it up, people will figure it out. That's just a personal thought. But that's just my opinion. People can be mad if they want to, but my opinion. You said keep in mind how you'll keep in mind how I prefer the technology. The terminology. Sorry about, like I said, pronunciation happens. It's kind of go with it. It's annoying, but is part of being dyslexic, and then also on top of it having my anxiety heighten my stuff. Plus, I'm terrified of reading on camera. It has to do with trauma, so it just happens, and yeah, I just kind of go with it. Any other questions? Good questions though. Um, really depends. It would be great to keep your own standards as you want to keep them, but some people don't have a choice. No, I understand that. I do understand that. Like the last job I had, which was last year, I I quit because of this little girl who was causing me problems, like physically harmed me and like caused me to have really my anxiety was to a point where it never had been at. I would constantly think about this little child because I would think how she's gonna harm me today. Literally, that's what happened. I had PTSD because of it. I loved working with children, but and especially I loved working with kids that were like me as when I was a child. But like that plus the emotionally being drained plus not being able to speak to the person I'm supposed to work with because of the way she was interacting with me when she knew I had my disabilities on top of having to deal with all the stuff that was coming with this child. That like my mom my dad were like you should quit. They knew because they knew the bride was having coming home with bruises because of the little child because she kept biting. And um I was like, I felt bad when I quit because, oh, thanks. It's natural light. The lights, the windows open. That's what you're seeing. You're seeing light from the outside. I try my best with this streaming thing. I'm not that good at it. Well, hopefully I'll have a new job soon. We'll see. I don't know. You said, what is my biggest challenge of 2024? I would say, what would I say? If you are you talking about generally, or are you talking about content wise? If you're talking about generally not having a job, I need a job because I'm running out of money. Um, content wise, uh, oh yeah, genuinely, it's not having a job. I need to find a job, and it's not easy to find a job, especially being a neurodivergent. It's harder because I'm like I need to fit every single, every single thing, or I can't apply. But then my dad and my mom were like, "Right, you don't have to fit everything, every single thing in order to apply to a job." But let's be honest, being autistic, I expect this is how my brain works. I need to fit every single thing in order to apply for the job because that's how literal my brain thinks, and that's just how it is. Okay, and then good question though. Hopefully, I answered it. Any other questions? I try my best. Like I don't know. Like my Monday streams are my favorite ones. Not that my Saturday streams aren't bad or good. Sorry, aren't. They're a little bit more stressful. Am I patient with myself? Not very much. I'm very hard on myself, honestly, and I'm a lot harder on myself than I'm a lot harder on myself than most people. That's because I hold myself to a higher standard, even though I do have disabilities that hinder me at most times. But I am my worst critic. Like especially when it comes to content making, like I'm very hard on myself because I'm like, I don't know if people are gonna understand what I'm doing. I love my favorite kind of videos are the ones with response videos, which are my responses and other people's responses I gather and then I share each of those out. Like I love those because like you get to see from different people's perspective and I get to see my perspective and other people's perspective and it makes me happy because like I'm like, oh, I never thought about it that way. Like particularly what's the one I we did? I'm trying to think. There were several videos that I did with responses. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't think that way. Like, but I'm like, and then I'm thinking it just gives me a different viewpoint. Yeah, I'm not very reasonable myself. I'm very perfectionistic, and I didn't realize it was an ADHD trait. I found that out when I was researching, and I was like, oh, that's why I'm like that. I thought that was just an autistic trait that like because ADHD and autism overlap. And I did I think either a live stream or a video on that. I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize. So this whole time, both all the traits that make up Mariah are both definitely autistic and ADHD traits. Um, of course, I am dyslexic, but I don't know which one I am. There's six forms of when it comes to building, keep growing and keep this channel being like positive and impacting people. Plus, hopefully, I'll get some more Patreons, but I don't know about that. We're stuck at three at this moment. I'm stuck at three, but it's fine. And also, if anyone wants to ever donate, for because it helps with running this channel, the links to my Patreon and Coffee are under my bio under on my YouTube channel, just if you want to. Uh, I am very curious to see what happens for my birthday stream on in January 17th. I'm a little nervous and happy, but I don't want to be 33. It's a thing. I have a thing about odd numbers. It's weird. I don't Nobody gets it. Okay? Nobody gets it cuz nobody in my house is like this. Like, but it's also probably an autistic thing. I don't like that. Reason why I don't like odd have I ever had a guest? No, I've never had a guest on here actually. I've been on people's I've been to people's podcasts and stuff. I've never actually had a guest on here. Um, I don't know. I've never done a collaboration. Honestly, I never thought this channel would get as big as it's been getting. I'm like kind of shocked that it's at over 1,100 people like liking this stuff because I didn't think they would. I mean, I hoped that this channel would like touch people around the world and actually has, which is insane to me. Like people have people from Australia, different places. I'm like, what in the world? Um, you said you get it. You're 34 and you like 5 and 0 numbers. Um, I also have misphonia, which is where you don't like certain sounds. Yeah, I don't like. I literally sorry. Certain sounds annoy me like really bad. Like, and being autistic, I can hear sounds most people can't hear. Like I can hear electricity. It's very I don't know. People are probably like, "What, Mariah?" People that are autistic get it. They get it because they understand it. And I'm like, "Oh, you can't hear that? Oh." Like I go like in my house, like oh, it's my parents' house. I downstairs we have like an ice maker and some other stuff, and I can hear the electricity in there even when they're not running. Same with the dryer and stuff. It's like a thing. I just assumed that I always assumed before I knew it was autistic. I called them Mariah things because I only knew them to be attributed to myself. So I didn't really know not to like I didn't know that other people experienced this. Good questions. You guys have good questions. Um, no one ever understood it, but then I told a woman one time that I said the volume has to be. Oh, that's different. I've never heard that before. So just to end in a 5 or a 0. And she said 5. Huh. So it needs to end in a 0. Oh, wow. That's so different, but it's kind of awesome. No, but I get it though. I get that because sometimes when I'm listening to it's weird. When I be listening to my music sometimes or listening to something on thing, it either has to end in a 0 or like a number that I like. It has to be in a range, it just has to end in even. I just can't. I don't even like, I just really hate odd numbers, which is ironic because my birthday is literally almost an odd, the whole thing is almost odd. Literally, the last number of the year is the only reason why it's even. And I know, I'm very odd. It doesn't make sense, but well, I'm glad that I have weird quirks that are different. But then I'm like, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like a lone trooper at times. But then I'm like, oh yeah, I have this whole community that's not like that. They get me, and like. Because I wouldn't think I've heard people say I'm not the only autistic that said this, but I didn't know other people said this before. Um, that you often feel like an alien. That's just in the human race. I do typically feel like that. I feel like I'm very misunderstood. So I'm like, okay, this is what's happening. That's happening. Yeah. Um, any other questions? Good questions. I think you two, Sean and no Sage. I think you would definitely enjoy my Monday streams because on Mondays on Monday streams every Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern. I have a live stream where it's fun and unfiltered and people can do acts and well the community gets to control what we do, but typically it just ends up with me talking because that's what they seem to like. So you said you like listening on Bluetooth because you can set the audio to 20 on the speaker and then adjust it. Oh, I like that. I like that. That's awesome. I'm glad that I'm glad that you can do something that makes you happy like that. I understand that. No worries if you can't. It's always the streams for any live stream. You can always go back and watch it later if you want. It's just under a playlist called Fun and Unscripted Live Streams. So yeah, and I didn't have that playlist at first, but then actually no, I decided to add that one because I was like, I wanted to do one where it was just unfiltered and not so scripted because the one today was very scripted, and I was like, I want to do complete opposite, which is very ironic because it's out of my comfort zone. I'm very introverted. For people that don't know me, I am one to the funny thing is this is way outside of my comfort zone. Doing the live streams, doing these YouTube stuff is not at all how I am. I only decided to do this channel because I wanted to help people that were like me and also educate people that are not like me because well, let's be honest, I think people should also have a right to learn about things they don't know instead of being ignorant and just staying in the ignorance. But that's just a I thought. I don't really know. Yeah, that just kind of is what that is. Yeah, so well, and thank you guys for actually making my chat awesome even after the stream topic is over. Any last questions? You are doing good with this though. I like when my stream is very engaging, even though when I'm reading, particularly on for the topics that are scripted, I'm literally reading from a laptop, so I'm not really always paying attention. Um, uh, for me, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I'm glad you think I'm blessed. I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm. I have because of my disabilities, I have a lot of fears because, unfortunately, let's be honest, I have three whammies against me. I have disabilities. I'm black, and then I'm a woman. So I wouldn't call myself blessed. I'm glad, of course, that I can speak, but um, of course, and also one thing I'll tell you, Sean. I've seen this happen. Oh, I've heard of this happening. There was a few kids that when I was volunteering back, I think maybe 2015? I think it's 2015. This kid was nonverbal, fully nonverbal, and so um, he can now speak now. What, I don't know how that came about, but I'm just telling you, it's possible to go from nonverbal to verbal. Um, yeah. I just wanted to throw that out there. I don't know what's gonna happen with your cousins. Of course, I'm pretty sure they're probably doing the best they can. Honestly, I know that personally myself, being autistic, it's a lot, and it's not bad. It's just a lot of different things and people not understanding. I often get misunderstood and misinterpreted and a lot of different things because people just assume that they know what I'm thinking, which is not even true, but okay. Uh, I don't know what it's like to be nonverbal. I do know what it's like to work with kids that are nonverbal, which back when I was volunteering back in 2015, I didn't really know much about nonverbal. Even when I was a child, I didn't realize about nonverbal autistic kids. I do know now, being in my 30s, because I did back when I was about maybe 8. Well, people that don't know me that are new to this channel, throughout my whole life, I've been in inclusion classes throughout my whole childhood to about maybe high school. I was in inclusion. Inclusion is where you're in a kid in classroom, gen ed classrooms, but you have an IEP, and I always had an IEP. But in college, I tried one semester where I didn't want one to see what it was like that was a mistake, but I'm proud of myself for trying that. Of course, then my mom, we got tested. Um, yeah, and I realized through the paperwork of being tested and stuff, even though there was no formal diagnosis there, that I saw a lot of autistic tendencies. I didn't realize that. My therapist a couple of years ago was like, Mariah, yeah, you're, because I was trying to ask her if I had borderline personality disorder, which borderline personality disorder and autistic tendencies seem to be very common, very, overlap. So I said I thought I had borderline personality disorder, not knowing it was being autistic. I now know that. Of course, I do also know I have ADHD. I didn't realize that back then as a child, but I do know that it is possible. Um, I'm not perfect. I don't know everything out there. I don't know what causes some. I don't know what causes some to be born with, like for example, I don't know what caused me to be able to speak, and I don't know what causes others to not be able to speak. I'm not. I have no idea. I don't know what in the brain does it. What in the brain causes that? I literally can't say, and I'm not going to speak on that because I'm not a medical professional. But I do know it is possible to go from nonverbal to verbal because I see stories all the time online where they're like where a parent will say my child that's nonverbal said for the first time like something, and I'm like, wow, it's amazing, and that's literally what my brain thinks. So I'm like, okay, so it's possible, and then of course I know kids that have disabilities, based on their severity, it can be very draining. I do know that. I've worked with kids that drained me, and I also have disabilities on myself, so it's like double the amount. So what's draining for a person that doesn't have a disability is doubly draining, or maybe three times as draining for a person that has any kind of disability. That's just a thought for myself. You said you think it's impressive that I started this channel to help others, even though I'm introverted. I didn't want to start this channel. I started this channel actually over 5 years ago, which is insane. But yeah. Hopefully, what I said makes sense, Sean. I'm not trying to say. I literally can't speak into the situation you're in because I don't personally know. And even if I did, doesn't mean what I say is gonna actually, what am I gonna say? What I said actually is gonna like happen. I don't know if they're gonna speak. I can't say. I literally can't. I don't know. I love math. It's literally one of my favorite things. Good question. Uh, and it looks like so far, at least based on the poll that I saw for the poll for the topic, we're in first place is actually for the live stream for reaching 1,100 subscribers is making an art piece of art with oh yes, making a piece of art with my communities people's names in it based on like I said. Also, I forgot to say on my Patreon and my coffee, I do have art that I make. Like I literally I've drawn. I've been into art since I was a kid, and I've been drawing off and on for what I guess 24 years, maybe more than that. And there's some art on there I really like. I think some people would like it. This one piece of art, I think it reminds me of a level of game. A game. What's what I'm saying? Like you know how on the final the final level, it's like a boss version. Like I think that one piece of art reminds me of a game. You said you saw a video called something like "The World Is." It can be found on my Patreon and my Coffee, and the links to those are under the bio. You know how there's a section that like tells what the channel is about. It's under there. Click on the More tab, or also I think the link. One of the links is it says Patreon, and the other one is there's a second link and it says one more link. Click on that, and it should show you both the links. You said there's a video that's called "The World Is It Was Designed by Autistic People." I believe that actually. That sounds like an interesting, really interesting title. Like for me, I do wonder what this world would be like if it was designed by people with disabilities, different kinds. Like because I feel like because the world is. Oh, you meant to say okay. Thank you for clarifying. I appreciate that. Oh yeah. Also, for people that don't know me, I need if something isn't clear, I normally ask for clarification, not to be rude, but because my brain doesn't get it, and that's an autistic trait. I didn't realize that, but I do know now. I didn't always know that. I know it now. That sounds interesting. Well, you can always you should watch it again. Wait, you can't find it? Hopefully, you didn't take it down because sometimes YouTube be taking down some good content. Aw, have a great day at work or night. I don't know what time it is there. Have a good time at work. I mean, guess afternoon for you because you said it was afternoon over there. Okay, but yeah. Any last questions? You guys are awesome. Let me know if you need the link because I can always put it below, even though um you said if you find the link, if I can find a link, would you like me? Hold on. Would you like me to link it in the comments? If you want to, that's fine. Or if you want, I could always put it. If anyone, wait. First off, actually, I could always put the link under the comment section if you want. Does anyone want me to do that? I can put the links under the comment section so you don't have to do it. Is that better? Oh, you mean the link to the? Oh, you mean the link to the video? I can always find it. I can probably, I'm sure, I think I've seen, I feel like I've heard that video before, what you just said about the, I think someone has shared that video, because I do, have some autistic, um, content creator friends, YouTubers, so I might actually heard of the video. I don't know if I've seen it, though, so, I definitely think I've heard of that title before, um, I'll look for it. But thanks for letting me know about it. I do wonder if I do wonder if the world was created by people that like were like me, like of course not just autistic, but had also different disabilities. What would it look like? Like in my brain, I can't see it, but I do think it'd be a little bit safer than this world is. But I don't know, and I also feel like it'd be designed more with like people being not the afterthought, like people with disabilities not being the afterthought, but I can't say. I'm not in charge of that, unfortunately. You guys are awesome. Any more questions? No, Sage, are you new to this channel? I'm just asking because sometimes people have been in here and they just, this is like the first time they talk. You said it made you, wait, the video kind of made you think people who are not, well, something, let me be honest, personally for me, people that are not autistic, they're not awful. It's just they don't understand what has happened. I don't think they understand what we go through, like what all the stuff like that happens in our mind. Like literally, one thing I said one time, I said I wish that people that were non autistics, I wish they could see what it's like to live one day as a person that had a disability, and I wonder if they'd view this world differently and see all the changes they need to make. Or all the changes that they should need to make. Oh wow. Well, I'm glad that you came in. Just to let you know, No Sage, this channel is people that are, I mean, of course, this is safe space for me and people that have disabilities, but it's inclusive. Of course, one thing I do always ask for anyone that doesn't have a disability is that they just let the person that actually has it, like if they're sharing lived experiences or experiences they've gone through, to at least just be kind. That's about it, and be respectful. But yeah. I just try to be careful because of course I know not everybody uh and that comes along this channel actually has disability. There are people that know people that have disabilities, people that want to learn, people there's different people from different walks of life is what I'm trying to say. Hopefully hopefully that makes sense. Sometimes I go off on rants, so hopefully what I just said made sense. Not to single you out. It just happened because you're in my comment section as well. I mean, under the chat, and I could see you're commenting and writing in there. So I just wanted to say that. I try to my best to be myself. Hopefully, it comes across. I don't really know. I'm sure people think I'm weird, but that's whatever. I embrace my weirdness and my quirkiness and my sassiness and all the other stuff that my impulsiveness. I have a whole lot of different nesses. You're doing awesome. You're doing fine. I know that you're actually so far you've been really respectful, so it's fine. Like, but if I notice disrespect, I'll warn it. Because I had to block a numerous amount. Literally in the last 11 months, I've had to block so many trolls because of the disrespect and towards me and also other people, and it's like really disgusting. Yeah, just saying. Yeah. But I'm being myself. It's hard though because let's be honest, throughout my whole life, because of how society is, I didn't always wasn't always myself, and also because of being bullied, that wasn't always myself. Because I always thought, Mariah, yourself, you're gonna get something happening. And so like, okay, but then I was like, this year, I can't remember. I think it might have been around April or so of this year, and I was like, Mariah, forget what the other people say. Like, stop like living in your past. Like, you don't need to live in a live in your brokenness. So I like made this video. It was like called living outside of your brokenness, and I thought that was a really interesting. Very I like when I do very authentic videos, like videos that randomly come from it wasn't a planned video, it just kind of came out of nowhere. I love those kind of videos because they're very authentic. Not that my other content isn't, but the ones that come where they're like random, I feel like those are the most authentic. Like for anyone that also doesn't know, I also on top of my disabilities and having anxiety and of course depression, anyone that didn't know, I also have an eating disorder, but I'm doing a lot better because I'm eating a lot more than I was. There was points where I was only eating once a day or and skipping meals and doing different and other stuff, but I did a video about that, being anorexic, which was hard. My best friend was like, she couldn't even watch the whole thing, and she was crying, and I felt bad. I didn't mean to make her upset, but I was being honest because I was hiding it at a point, because I was like, nah, no one cares about that. They always only want the happy stuff because typically that's how people present it. Like the world only wants happiness and all that stuff. And the reason I realized that I had an eating disorder because my mom and my dad both said the same thing. And normally when my parents agree, not that they don't agree on all the things they do, but when it comes to me, I am. You said is a lot of your content just to be listened to. Will you? A lot of my content can be listened to. You don't even have to actually physically look at it. It is of course a video, but you can actually listen to it while you're doing things because like it's just really me talking to the camera kind of thing. Unless it's like a one where it's like a special stream or something where I'm like showing pictures and stuff, that's different. Like one of my special interest video back when I had 250 subscribers, which is crazy because that was like about maybe a year ago. So yeah, that one you may want to look at the screen, but yeah, good question. Those are really good questions. How did you come? Speaking of that, how did you come with your name? I was just thinking, how did you come with No Sage? Is that based on like the spice sage or in? I think sage is a spice. Don't get mad at you can laugh at me if I'm wrong. I think sage is a spice, or is it like like based off like something with sass, like being sassy? Hopefully my pronunciation comes off good. I can't tell. Like I know how it sounds to my ears, but I don't know how it sounds to other people. So yeah. Oh, your name's Jason. And no sass is kind of Jason. Wait, how so? How's that pronounced? My brain trying to figure out how this pronounced backwards. Huh. I can see this. I can see the sun part, but how do you get Jason for that part? The first part, the last three letters. How do you get the first part? The first part. I'm trying to figure out. That's an interesting way though. I thought maybe it's a play off. Maybe like that's like a nickname or something. Because a lot of people like be called by nicknames. I don't know. Yes, throwing it out there. Sage. Huh. I guess I could see that. Thank you for explaining that. That's clever though. That's interesting. Okay. You really have good questions though, Sage. Like and all the people that have asked questions have good questions. Sometimes I feel like I've had like I definitely know in some of my streams people ask some questions to provoke me because I had one of my would you rather's, which is why this person got blocked because it sounded racist. Because I had a would you rather stream to celebrate one of getting to one of my sorry, my brain is thinking like lost its thought. It's getting to a milestone, and so they asked this question like, would you rather be a white person or a black person? And the way I said I'm not answering that question, and they were like, oh, you're mean, I blocked them because I not because of the mean part, it's because I felt like they were trying to get me to like be like racist or something because like if I said one of them, then you're like you hate one like the one race. If I said the other one, I hate my own race. Like like that's not a no-win situation. I don't think it's fair to put me in a situation where you're trying. It's almost like they were trying to publicly embarrass me on camera. And I definitely am not going to go in a place where I'd be bullied on my own stream. Which that happened. I've had that happen in real life, and I've had people bully me on my own content, and I'm like, okay, you're getting blocked. Like I didn't used to know how blocking worked on this channel, and since I figured it out, people have been blocked. Enough people have been blocked on this channel. If I see bullying of any kind towards any people on here or me myself, they're gonna be blocked. That's just how it goes. Yeah. And also sometimes you'll hear my voice change, and it's because my anxiety plus I do also have acid reflux, so my voice will do this thing where it kind of gets weak. I don't really know if they realize they miss out on I'm not sure if they realize. You said hopefully blocking them makes them realize that they lose out on being socially accepted when they're being. That's actually a great point. I never thought about that, but I don't think they think about that. Like, also I don't like because I have problems with people commenting on my appearance in a negative way. So there'll be people coming in here saying like you look like. One time I had you look like a triangle. I don't even know what the heck that means, by the way. I had people judging my appearance. I've had people in the comment section judging my appearance, and they got blocked. Maybe they didn't really think nothing about what they said, but I thought about it, and sometimes it for me being bullied based on my appearance and my awkwardness because I back then I didn't when I was being bullied I didn't realize I was autistic, so stuff hit a lot harder than it should have, and maybe would have if I wasn't. I'm not saying it wouldn't have hurt, but for me, I circled that for years and years and years and years and years, and then I finally got to a space where I'm fine. And those kind of comments can bring me back into a space where I don't want to go, which self harm and suicide will come into play. Which luckily I'm in a really good headspace where I haven't had those kind of thoughts for a couple of years, which is actually like particularly I've not had any major suicide attempts in the last couple like maybe 3 years, which is amazing because I didn't think there would ever be a point where that would like come out of play. I've had dealt with suicide issues, well, suicide ideation, suicide attempts since the age of 14, so that's 18 years off and on. Um, yeah. So and the thing about this channel, I try to be as honest as I can because I know not only what I I'm saying can help somebody, but what other people say can help somebody. I also think honesty and openness and being free and saying what you need to say without any kind of say any kind of filter, which I don't have in the first place. Let's be honest. It can help somebody. Like me talking about my suicide stuff and like getting through some of that. And of course, therapy I got through one of the worst suicide attempts that I ever had happen back in 2021, May of 2021. Uh, I I knew I needed help because I had had the most suicide attempts in one day, and that's never happened. And I know, oh, I hope that helps you. I just know, you're not alone. Like I may look. People probably think I'm really, really pretty. Why do you have all these? Why do you have suicide problems? Whatever. I don't really know, but I don't. That has nothing to do with that. It has to do with internally what you think about yourself. I had a lot of after being bullied. I had a lot of myself. I didn't really get to like through the ages during the ages where you're supposed to develop who you are. I didn't get that chance because I was bullied at that point. Like when you're in your teenage years, you're supposed to be able to develop your self worth and stuff. Like 14 and also 16. So both end of middle school and also in high school. Through those years, I didn't really get to develop myself because I didn't realize I even had any kind of worth because those were the years which were stolen from me. At least like maybe not physically, but emotionally and mentally I didn't get to develop into the person I probably would have been. And of course, that's another reason probably why I don't tolerate bullying on this channel, or I don't want to see it in real life either. And I remember when I saw in real life with someone else being bullied, it made me infuriated. Um, some people that's been on this channel know that when I was in high school, I saw this girl. She had cerebral palsy, but she also used crutches, and some imbecile, I'm trying really hard not to curse, um, tried to trip her, and I was so pissed. See, that's not that bad saying that word, but I got so mad, and I was like, I like really went up in the person's face and I said, "How dare you do that?" That just made me mad, and the way she didn't seem like she was affected by it. The girl, the lady, I mean, the girl who had it happen to her, but it made me mad. I don't. Even if it wasn't, even if she didn't have a disability, I would still been mad because that's disgusting to me. Seeing someone, um, being emotionally harmed because let's be honest, emotionally and possibly physically harmed because she could got hurt and fall. But I don't. I think it's disgusting that people think it's okay to just harm somebody physically, emotionally, or mentally and get away with it and not realize the repercussions they could have. And one thing I always say, I said, because I know something someone did to someone, like for example, say the person was a bully or what they've done to someone in the past can also impact their can impact their family's life. And one thing I said because my mom was saying this, and it's true. Sometimes what you do to someone else can actually impact your family. Like this, like what they did to me could go on their children, so they could get bullied. And I said to mom, I said to my mom, I said, I hope that doesn't happen. I don't want because of what their parents did that to impact them. Even though, of course, I don't, I don't know it's gonna impact them, but I'm just saying. It was always, and the funny thing, now, haha, funny, but honestly, the worst thing out of all the bullying that I ever had, the one in eighth grade was the worst because I was made to feel like I was garbage. So that alone, I ever didn't have self esteem, and doing that, I think that actually that's probably where the suicide attempts came into play. Honestly, being being actually someone physically throwing food at you as if you are a trash can and you are supposed to put the stuff is supposed to go inside of you like when you throw your trash away it's supposed to go in there. So yeah, that really screwed my head up for a long time. Of course, now I can talk about it with not crying because there was I did a video about that about my bullying and tips on people that are going through it, because that was literally one of the hardest videos I had to make. My sister was like, Mariah, you should definitely make a video about the tips, like, of like how to deal with bullying when you're disabled or have a disability. That was really one of the hardest videos I did. Because I kind of when I was talking about it, I was reliving the bullying, which was very hard. Which made it emotional. Which I know it helped. People were like, "Thank you for making this video. It helped me." Like, I didn't think that would do anything for. I didn't know. I wasn't expecting people to actually be able to just be able to help people. Like some of the stuff I've done, like made, some of the videos I made actually help people is insane. Like I remember when I first started this channel, there was a parent that came to me and said, like, thank you for being the voice for my daughter. She's nonverbal. And I'm like, I didn't know that I had an impact like that. I didn't know I could do that. All I was just doing is being Mariah and like putting out content that I thought would help other people. And that's honestly the goal of this channel, was putting out content that could help somebody, that maybe also not even just that help somebody, but also inspire them to like keep going. Like this, like I know for me personally, my whole life is never my life, even though my parents and my sisters are really good, like very good, supportive and stuff. I've always known that, of course, I'm their daughter and my sibling, their sister. I didn't understand that my self-worth wasn't always about like because in school, you know how they always make you perform and stuff. I always just equated my self-worth to that. So when I would do really poorly or not do well, I would really be upset, and then I'd take it out on my family, which is not. I'm not saying that was right. For a long time I did that, which is means I became a bully that I was trying to escape, and um I can't take back any of that stuff, but I'm trying to learn from it. Um, Caused a lot of anger and animosity and problems because I was living from a place where, oh, Mariah, you never feel good enough, you're never going to be there. And like, that's what was shown to me as you progress in school, as things got harder. It was like, well, I'm not going to be able to get to where I wanted to. So why keep trying? I mean, of course, I didn't give up. I graduated college, which was every time I think about it, I'm like, I don't know how I did that. It was really difficult. But I guess let's be honest, things that you really want typically are very difficult. I do hope that what I say helps somebody else out there. I don't know. So you said, sorry, my bad. See, I told you I'll go off on rants, what just happened. So you said it's sad that she didn't seem affected by, but maybe the reason, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Maybe it happens to her enough why she didn't feel like, yeah, maybe that's why it didn't affect her. Any last question? I'm gonna say maybe two more questions and then I'll go so you guys can have an awesome day. And thank you for hanging out. You guys are like, even the new people and the old people, like when they talk to each other, I'm like excited because like in my chat on Mondays, sometimes I'll have the people in the audience or the people that are of course watching, they will interact with each other and it makes me happy. Like um two of my subscribers, I want them to like do this online this I want them to there I was because on Monday on this one Monday stream they were talking about how I and that these two subscribers we should do like darts, and I'm like, I'm not involved because I don't know how to play darts. And then I told them they should do that. They should like hang out like virtually and like do darts and like play pool because like um yeah. Well, I'm glad that you like listening to my rant, even though I guess technically it's not really a rant. It's just being, yes, I guess it's technically just being passionate about what I'm talking about. But I call it a rant because it's kind of like it. I don't know. I don't think I have a better term for it. Oh yes, if anyone likes horror, I don't know if you do. I don't really like it, but I was watching this movie last night. It kind of terrified me. It was called The Inheritance. It's on Hulu. It's on Hulu. It's called The Inheritance. It scared me. Only reason I probably could watch it because I watched it when the lights were on in my room because I don't like not knowing what's coming behind me. It's weird. Um, yeah. you'll like some of my art if you look at it. Anyone that wants to look at it. I'm not. Um, you said if I want to pretty it up. I don't really care about pretty enough. I don't. For me, I'm just very stripped down. So even if like I don't even wear makeup. Let's be honest. I've only worn makeup maybe twice in my life, but um, I don't really care about prettying things though. I think it's just better to be honest. I don't know. Uh, well, I'm glad that you have like this live stream, Jason. Sorry if you don't want me to call you that. Wait, that's a great point. Do you want me to call you by your name or do you want me to call you by your little I guess it'd be called your YouTube name. Hopefully I said that right. I like doing based on what the person prefers instead of me preferring because that's not nice because what if I'm wrong and they don't want that? Because some people prefer me calling you by their name and some people don't. Oh, you like when I call you? Oh, okay. Okay, you want me to call you Jason. If I forget your name, please remind me. I promise you it's not because I'm trying to forget, but sometimes I have so much in my head I do forget. My bad. Uh, okay. Um, I'm Mariah. Just so you know, you probably figured that out because it does say Mariah's Sanctuary under the thing, but just in case you didn't. Yeah. But I be me every day, even though it's hard. I learned that being myself is really great. My ex-boyfriend told me that it's okay to be Mariah. Be myself. I say be Mariah, but be myself. It's okay to be Mariah. You see, and sometimes I'll talk in third person. I know that's weird, but I don't really care about that. Oh, well, hopefully I made your day good. Like that's honestly a goal I had. I don't know if I don't think I've done it good though. I had this goal where I made someone smile every day, and I don't think it worked out this year as much. I liked making people smile like once. Like I had a goal where I had to make one person smile a day, and I don't think that worked out as well because I haven't been around too many people. I used to do it. I don't actually I haven't done that with my ex. Okay, the reason I speak with my ex is because we're still good friends. Even though we're not together, but he was literally the first person in my first what did I say male? No, first person that I realized allowed me to be myself. Not that my parents and my siblings didn't. I should say first. Let's say first person outside of my family that was not a part of my friend group at the time that allowed me to be myself. Oh, good. I'm glad I made you smile. That makes me happy. You said you're smiling because well, you understand. Well, because the reason I smiled is because I understand what it's like to be different, and I understand that most of my quirks other people don't get. Like, and I understand because I also understand the volume thing. I understand things that make me different. I understand things that people make other people different because I honestly I feel like if I wasn't, I do wonder if I wasn't like this, would I be, how would I be? Like, would I be myself? I don't know. Would I be somebody completely different? I've said that to my mom one time. I said, Mom, you think if I didn't have my disabilities, would I be like really different? You think I'd be like the way I am? I even wonder, would I love art the way I do, or love math the way I do, or love certain interests the way I do? I really love them. Like like when I watch ballet, I cry because it makes me so happy. Same with art. When I couldn't see art, I cried. Like when COVID happened and I couldn't go see art, and couldn't see art. Like I literally had to look at it on the computer. Made me sad. True crime. If I couldn't see that, I'd cry because I like when people get the justice they deserve. I think people would really like that special interest video I did because it shares. Yeah, La Ballet. I wish I could do it though. I can't. I saw my first ballet when I was like maybe 5, maybe around there. I know, maybe actually no. I know I did my first ballet class at 5. I can't do ballet unfortunately because I have balance issues from having tight heel cord. It's a physical condition that I was born with. It affects my ankles and my balance and causes my feet to go numb and problems with what else? It causes problems with things, and I'll have it till the day I die, and it just getting worse. I noticed it's been getting worse recently. I can walk, but it affects my walking. Sometimes I'll walk with a limp. It's a whole thing. Not that I let it stop me. Because if I let it stop me, I probably wouldn't have been able to be a runner when I was. Like, I wouldn't have been able to be a sprinter, which I miss so much. Oh wow, it's like the light just like shined on me like I was an angel. Not that I am, but it was interesting that I was saying that and that just happened. But I saw I think it was the Russian National Ballet, and when we were in college, me and my sister, they came to our school and they did Cinderella. Oh my gosh, I started crying before the thing. I started crying before it happened because the reason I cried is because I was like, this is not actually happening. I think I was in shock a little bit. Because I was like, we actually get to see a ballet. We actually get to see ballet. Like, I think if someone like took me on a date for ballet, I think I probably feel like I died and went to heaven, even though I know that didn't actually happen. But I think I'd literally be so happy. Oh yeah, I watch the true crime shows I watch a lot. I watch so many. Oh my gosh, I have a problem. My mom's like, maybe you should stop because I be getting so invested. Like I watched Deadly Women when it was on air. Betrayed, How to Catch a Killer. Like I watched so many. I have so many I watched. I've like probably people probably think you're. I bet like I said to my ex-boyfriend, I said if we lived together and I watched that, would you like look at me like would you just like sleep with one eye open? He said no. He doesn't believe I. He was like, no, I won't. I don't believe that you do anything to me. I would never do something to someone. I literally only watch them not because I want to be one of them. It's because I want to understand why are you doing this? Kind of like what makes you do this? And also like I need the victims to get their justice, even though technically they can't really get their justice because they're not alive, but I need the families to at least get their justice. And I get so angry when I see the sentences where oh yeah, also I forgot to say, since you like true crime, I did some true crime cases on this channel. It's under a playlist. It's called Missing, Mistreated, and Justice for the Disabled. And some of those kinds made me so mad. There's one particular one I really pisses me off. Um, there was this family, this aunt, she actually let me do the case. It's really upsetting. Because they were trying to get the guy's sentence longer because they only got 11 years for murder, which pisses me off by the way. And her name was Jessica. Her last name. Hang on. I forgot her last name. She was a little girl. She was only 3 years old and she got murdered because she didn't want to eat her food, which is the stupidest thing. Also, she was autistic, but so I did that case because I wanted the family to be able to get a stronger I wanted me and the family wanted her to get the killer to stay in jail longer. Unfortunately, the petition failed. They didn't even list. I think they had gotten all the signatures, but the people didn't want to give him a stronger sentence. So he got 2 years, I think, for was it animal? What the heck was it? I forgot what there was two different charges. He got 9 years for one and 2 years for the other, which is bullcrap, by the way. So it means he can get out and do it again. Which makes me so mad. There are some wrongfully accused. There's a couple of wrongfully accused cases I did, which made me aggravated. And this one guy, I was telling on Monday's stream, this one guy, his name was Joe. I think his last name was Ardy. He ended up getting falsely convicted and wrongfully accused and falsely convicted of a crime and executed, and was pardoned like 70 years after the crime. Like, what the heck is the purpose of doing that? You pardoning him 70 years after the crime or whatever does not give any justice to the family because he's already dead. Like, I'm just saying, like, and I think it was very unfair because they also took advantage of him that he was vulnerable and he had a low IQ, which just made me sick actually. Like it made me really sick. That like I think he based on what it sounded like he could have been autistic. But I don't know if he was nonverbal. I don't think so. But it's just disgusting. I get so mad. So you might let's just be honest. If you watch any of the true crime stuff, you might get upset. Just warning. Because I tend to get upset, and sometimes when I get upset, it triggers other people to get upset. Wait, do you like ballet? Why you said? Did I say ballet? Is that what you asked? Oh, you know one thing I've always wanted to do, but I've never done? Go to a masquerade party. That's what I want to do, but I can't go. Okay, it shouldn't say I can't go. I've never been to one. I've been to a murder mystery party. That was fun. It was fun. I like this kind of stuff. Like when you get to solve the crime, even though I didn't do it good. You said, I was, yeah, I think ours just actually that was in the UK. That justice system, that particular one, that case I was talking about, the little girl, that was in the UK. So let's be honest, justice systems around the world, some are a lot way stricter than ours. Like there are ones where they have like a firing squad, like they actually kill the person, like shoot them to death. I think it was like somewhere in Asia. I watched this YouTuber, she's really good. There's a couple YouTubers I watch that are true crime. There's one called Dark Asia with Megan. I really love her channel. She does really good. And then there's this other true crime. There's a lot of true crime documentaries I've watched. I really like Adrian, but his channel is called Coffee House True. Oh, is it Coffee House Crime? I think it's called. My brain is like. So you're not sure if I heard you right? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Any other questions, Jason? Wait, do you think question Jason? I don't know if you know. You think your parents named you Jason based off of those horror movies? Isn't that one of the characters, Jason? Sorry, I just was thinking. My brain thought that. I'm sorry if it's weird. That's part of the impulsivity. I just thought that thought. Sorry, sorry, my bad. I was just thinking that thought. I know, of course, it may not be. I'm just saying. Do you think? And if you actually would ask me a question about my name, you can, because I'll answer if I know the answer, I'll answer it. I just was thinking it. Sorry if that made you uncomfortable. I tend to say things that I don't tend to think about the possible backlash I'll get before. Oh, you do get. Oh man, now I feel weird. I don't want to be. I don't want to be like a. Oh man, I don't like being a follower. I don't want to be a follower. You said you get asked that a lot. Well, I get asked if I can sing like Mariah Carey because my name's Mariah. Stupid, by the way. Okay, I literally get asked that. I literally get asked that enough. Like I got asked that in high school by this. It was stupid. Like I just think it's stupid, and I don't get it. So you said your mom named you. And oh, so you have the same initial as your dad. Oh, okay, that's not bad. At least you didn't ask that question because it's literally the same thing. Question. You used to do stand up. Oh, cool. Wait, see, that's actually, I love that. You said you used to do stand up as a hobby, and you made a joke about your name being this. It really, no, but seriously, I can't, I'm sorry, I can't watch those horror things. They scare me, actually. Like, which is why it's interesting that I watched that movie last night. It was really scary, though. It was creepy. No, because the reason why it was scary is because after the people died, they were, sure, go ahead. If you want to share, go ahead. Like the reason why that movie was scary I watched called The Inheritance is because after the people died, they couldn't find the bodies, and then they got up and were walking, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is worse than I thought. Because I watched horror movies where they were scary, and I don't like horror. Like literally, I literally hate horror, like for real. There are certain horror movies I can watch. There are certain ones I just literally won't watch. Like Chucky, I'm never watching that again in my life because I watched it and I didn't want to watch it as a kid. And then that movie, I can't. I literally hate clowns. Like if my kid says, if I have kids and they say we need a clown, I'm sorry, I can't be there. I can't. I like literally, because I have a thing about face paint. Like I need to know what the person looked like before they had the face paint on. It actually literally scares me that part because I don't know who you are. I need to see your face, and it, like for example, me, someone with their face like this is fine. Being someone with their face all painted up and I don't know who the heck they are, it literally that scares me half to death. Like I don't even like when people have costumes on and I don't know what they look like before they put the costume. Particularly, I'm talking about the one with the mask on their face, not the ones that like um like for example, like if my sister, if I didn't know it was her, okay, and she had like some kind of mask on, I'd be like, what the get away from me, you psychopath, get away from me. That's literally what I'd say. I don't know if that's an autistic thing or that's a Mariah thing. I don't know, but I know it scares me. Oh, what's your joke, by the way? I'm very curious. Is it gonna be funny or is it gonna scare? Wait, is it gonna be creepy? Oh no, it didn't send. saying. Hopefully, I don't. Just be honest. Just to let you know, Jason. If I don't laugh, it's not because of anything you said. I don't always understand jokes. Just to let you know. Like even my parent, like my dad and my siblings, if they ever say jokes, I don't always understand what they're saying. And it's not their fault. It's just how my brain works. Curious to see what this joke is gonna be. I don't know if I must be scared or not. Hopefully not. I hope it doesn't scare me. Hopefully it's not like. Hopefully it's like a joke that's like. Oh, okay. Oh, it's not scary. Hopefully it let you like write it through because sometimes YouTube isn't like irritating at times. It will like sometimes it will let things through. Oh, and thanks for letting me know it's not scary. The sun did in parts. Maybe hope I really hope it works. Maybe you can try like maybe try 2 words at a time or maybe three. See if it will go through. That's just a thought. I don't know if it'll work. I hope so. Um. Okay. So a man asked you if I was named after the scary Jason. You said no. It's that silly. Wait, is it? Wait, is the joke done? It can't be done. Oh, he said, "I'm sorry." So that's okay. What's your name? I was definitely gonna say. I knew you were gonna say that. I was gonna say he's gonna say Freddy. That's literally what I thought you were gonna say. It's ironic. What if he had said Chucky though? Isn't that wait? I think that's the name of the other one. That serial killer thing on that doll. I'm pretty certain that's what it's called. I knew you were gonna say that. It's just my brain thought that thought when you before you even typed it. I was like, he probably gonna say Freddy. Uh, Wait, was I supposed to laugh? Was I supposed to laugh? My bad. It was. I didn't laugh. Oops. See, another reason why Mariah can't. This is literally another reason why Mariah doesn't go to things because I don't understand how to act in social settings. Wait, you laughed as much as it just. Oh, so it's not funny. Well, thanks. My next, well, for the scripted live stream, the next one will be on the 4th of January, and my fun unscripted will be on Monday, December 30th. Uh, oh, wait, good. That means it doesn't deserve any laughs I get, but I don't really laugh at, unless I don't. Well, I was watching, funny thing is, I was watching Malcolm in the Middle before I came in here. I was watching it on Hulu. They have it on Hulu. I also am watching this show called The Patient. I don't know how I feel about it still. It's this show about like a serial killer, but he tries to not kill people, and it didn't work out. Like so he ended up like he kidnapped his therapist, but then the therapist was trying to help him not kill someone, and then he ended up killing someone anyways, and then now the therapist is trying to figure out how the heck to get out of the situation, which he can't because he's locked to a stinking bed, like which is a mess. So yeah. Yeah, my anyone that doesn't know, my live streams are always on every Monday at 6 p.m. and every Saturday at 12 p.m. My scripted are on Saturday at 12 p.m. Eastern, and my unscripted fun ones are on Monday at 6 p.m. My planned videos are every other Saturday, so this Saturday is one, and then skip a week and then next Saturday, so that's how it goes. But also, you can find that info. You can find the information for some of that on my banner on the top of my on the top of my YouTube page is a banner there, but it doesn't say anything about the fun unscripted ones because at the time the banner was being made, that wasn't part of it. I just introduced that in September, and they seem to be doing really well, which is I'd say insane to me. Plus, I'm surprised people actually really like the inspiring thoughts that I share. I didn't think that would actually work the way. Wait, sure, go ahead. Oh, wait. Is it good advice? Please be good advice. Not bad. I'm not good with criticism. I don't, because I feel like hopefully it's good advice. I'm terrified. But okay, go ahead. If you're talking about for true crime, I'm not good. I'm not the best at presenting information. I've never have been. Just saying. That's true. I like when I smile. I didn't used to. Actually, I always like my smile. I didn't like to smile though. But my I do say noon. I say noon. I do say noon actually. It's that I put on my streams. I mean, sorry, that's what I say. Yeah, I say noon. Wait, did I say 12 p.m.? My bad. I meant to say noon. But I do know most people know. Well, I think most people know what 12 p.m. is. It means afternoon, but I don't know. But that's just a thought I had. I don't really. Yeah. I normally just say noon because I literally in my notes I even write noon. So and then my other one says 6 p.m. p.m. Even though people say 1800, I don't like military time. People say 1800, which is based off military time. Oh, okay, you're fine. I thought it was gonna be like, cause sometimes people give me advice, but like I've had people try to give me advice on my appearance, which is annoying by the way. Like so that's why I don't know. Sometimes advice can be good, and sometimes advice can be really bad. So I'm very I can sometimes be very leery when people say they're gonna give me advice because I've had people say they're gonna give me advice and then say something really rude to me. it's not your fault, Jason. You didn't do anything. I'm just saying I have trauma from that kind of. A lot more times when people say they're gonna give me advice, they often give me bad stuff, saying bad things about what criticizing things a lot more. So it's hard for me sometimes to take advice. And I agree with what you said though. Yeah. So okay. So noon Eastern and then 6 p.m. So Saturday noon Eastern and then Mondays at 6 p.m. Eastern or 1800 o'clock. Even that sounds really ugly. Military time. I don't like that, but okay. Yeah. Okay. I if you unless you don't have any more questions, I'm gonna end this stream because it went longer than I thought. But it's not a bad thing. I'll just write down what the topic is and I'll just put add in more. You understand why I'm leery? Yeah, I've had people come in. Yeah, I don't like trolls. I've had a lot of trolls. I'm not saying you are one. I've had a lot of trolls in the last 11 months. So, oh, it was nice to meet you and talk to you. Hopefully, I see you again in some other streams and even on some of my other content, like my videos and my shorts, if you want to. There's a lot. Honestly, I didn't realize I had so many videos. I have like, I think it's 1.2 thousand videos, which is insane, but okay. So whatever you want to check out, you can. Also, if you want to check out, like I said before, any art, you can. The links to those are under my bio. Yeah, you don't have to. Also, that's another way you can support this channel. If you want, I can't. I'm not forcing anyone. I never try to force anyone. Um, Thanks for watching. Love you guys. Bye.